Hey guys, today's video is a more serious subject because today we'll be talking about the murder of Korea's top manager. A lot of people agree with the murderer and think that he got what he deserved because of many reasons you'll see right now. Neither less to say, let's get into this case. Lee Byung-soo, once Korea's top manager, was said to be so good at his job that once he found a talent, he would take that talent and out of them and make them into a star. He started his first management job in the early 80s and eventually worked his way up to be known as Korea's top manager. Even though he was said to be the best manager in Korea, people that had worked with him didn't have the best things to say about him. One day Lee met a guy named Jen, who had found a good guy, and so he decides to give him a job as a road manager. Jen ended up being hired to be Choi Jin-sil's road manager. Choi Jin-sil was one of the top Korean actresses at the time. Sadly, Choi committed suicide on 2008. Basically, road managers have to take care of idols 24/7. Road managers are considered the lowest position in the industry due to all their hard work and low pay. At first, Bai and Jen got along well until staff and idols started noticing money and jewelry were going missing. Bai accused Jen of stealing all the stuff. It was never proven to be him. Bai started disliking Jen even more. Less than a year off working, Bai fired Jen, and due to that, Jen wanted to get back at Bai but cons himself. In Korea, it's hard to stand up to someone with a higher position. After getting fired, Jen had a really hard time with his mental health. He spent his savings money gambling and buying alcohol. Jen had spent all his money and had now 10K in debt. After losing all his money, Jen wants to get himself together, so he starts working on his own as a road manager. One night, Bai and Jen ran into each other. When Bai notices Jeon, he goes up to him and tells him, "You have no skills." Toba manager once again humiliating him in front of everyone. At this point, Jeon felt like he'd had enough, so this time decides to actually get back at him. Jen contacts one of his old friends called Min. Min had a past criminal record, which is why he'd contacted him. When Min and Jen met up at a bar, Jen tells Min they could make a lot of money from Bai. On December 11, November 1994 p.m., Jen and Min rented a car and drive to Bai's apartment. At the time, Bai wasn't home, so Jen and Min broke into his apartment and waited for Bai. 30 minutes later, Bai arrived at his apartment and instantly gets knocked out by Min. When Bai awakens, the criminals start threatening Bai for his credit card info, and Bai resists and instead starts lecturing both of them. At this point, both Jen and Min get triggered by Bai's words and start beating him up. Bai gives up and tells them his credit card info and PIN number. Jen and Min decide to stop and are ready to leave until Jen realizes Bai knows his face and will report him to the police. He decides to strangle Bai and kill him. Bai passes away and they take his body to a secluded area to dispose of him. A few days later, no one was asked to reach Bai, but his family didn't think much of it at the time, because at times where he went missing for days. Bai's family finally decides to report him missing to the police after 1 week had passed. Jen and Min take out all the money from Bai's account, which had around 40K in it. Police started suspecting of Jeon due to the CCTV of the bank. On December 23, police started chasing Jeon's car. Inside of Jeon's car were Min, Jen, and 2 other girls that came out as prostitutes. Somehow Jen managed to outchase the police and hid in an apartment. Jen and Min were scared, so they decide to turn themselves in to the police. On December 24, Jen and Min turn themselves in and confess to the murder. Both get sentenced to life in prison, but Jen gets his sentence reduced to 20 years due to good behavior and many appeals. Jen was actually released in 2019. It's believed that Min is still serving his sentence. Many people believe that Bai got what he deserved and don't feel sympathy for him or his death. What do you think about this case? Do you think that Bai deserved this? Do you think Jeon's sentence is fair? Tell me in the comments your opinion on this case. If any of you guys are wondering, here are some pictures of Bai, Jen, Min, and Choi. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.